before the end of this year, I'm creating 1 million jobs for South Africa. Before the end of this year, we will create more than 1 million jobs in South Africa. Permanent jobs. It's very easy. Remove an illegal foreigner and put in South Africa. It's very simple.
First, it was unemployment issues. The next thing it was take out the illegal foreigners, then you guys can have your jobs. But then at the moment, the March and March leaders cannot even agree with themselves. 3 leaders, 1 movement, no unity. One of the March and March own leaders is saying that one of them was receiving secret foreign funding. The other is saying that the others were receiving funding to sabotage the March and March mission. Well, at the moment, you never can tell because a lot of rumors are flying around. There is no evidence, just accusations. I'd like us to discuss on this matter critically because it has made waves on the internet for the past 3 months. Angry South Africans were promised that March and March will bring back their jobs and reduce crimes. But at the moment, the movement that claimed that it was speaking up for millions of unemployed and angry South Africans is fighting themselves. There are now accusations of secrecy, sidelining, and hidden funding. Well, welcome to Solid Finance Podcast, where we bring you finance and economic updates of things that are happening in Africa and the world at large. On today's episode, we're here to break everything down to the simplest form of the updates from what has been happening in South Africa after the march on 30th June. For 30th June's March and March that happened in South Africa, there were videos flying around that President Cyril Ramaphosa had a meeting with March and March leaders. Hold on. The problem is that it was only Ngizwe and Fakil that were there at that meeting. The very queen of this March and March mission was not there. Jacinta Zuma was not at that meeting. She was not invited. She had no knowledge about the particular meeting. When she was asked by journalists during the march protest if she's heard anything about meeting up with the president, she was like, no, she has no idea and that she has not been informed. It sparked a lot of comments on the internet and people were beginning to question the march group, because if the leaders are not in unity, then how are they leading the people who are following them?
I just want to reflect on something that I saw on social media. Have you been able to have a conversation with President Cyril Ramaphosa? Of course, I understand that March and March associates, Ngizwe and Mchunu had a conversation with the president. Have you been part of any of those conversations? Have you met with the president?
No.
Were you aware of that meeting? And are you aware perhaps of what came out there? Of course, you do share the same sentiment. So have you engaged with March and March associates about that meeting? Jacinta, thank you very much for your time this morning. As you heard it there, Stephen, you would have seen, of course.
All heard it from the horse's mouth. She said that she was not informed, she was not there, and she had no idea about any meeting with President Cyril Ramaphosa. For now, she has been trying to meet up with the president, but then to no avail. And then when he now held a meeting with March and March leaders, Jacinta was out of the equation. Fast forward to July, March and March leaders suspended Ngizwe and said that he was under investigation if he was being funded by political leaders or businessmen to sabotage the March mission. There has been no evidence, only unproven allegations. Now, Ngizwe did not go quiet. He fired back. He was saying that we will not march forever. We've done the protest once. If we keep marching, this is going to affect our economy and how the other parts of the world are going to view us. We only did this because we wanted the government to see how serious we are. That actually makes sense, because tell me why she announced that every Thursday is going to be a march until all illegal foreigners leave their country.
As much as singakuzuzile konke, kodwa futhi we can't march forever. Iqiniso elimile lelo, iqiniso lonke, iqiniso lodwa. Iqiniso lelo ngoba asinayo inhloso yokucollapse economy. Futhi ngikhuluma lokho njengesenior yomuntu okwaziyo ukuboshwa abafowethu silitha nabo yonke lento ukuthi adewethu Ngobese noPhethu Phakela abalazi ijele, and futhi they are junior to me. They are excited about every situation. Limelight.
Not just that, he also claimed that he's going to expose the secrets behind March and March. He made serious accusations. He said that Jacinta was receiving funding from people. He did not specify who it was, and he said that if care is not taken, it's going to expose every single thing. He said that they were also enjoying the limelight from this issue, hence the reason why she mentioned that every Thursday should be a match.
Jacinta
March and March.
March and March.
Yeah.
Mina ke iphi organization engirepresentayo manje ke ushuthi makubizwa mina kufanele kubizwe wonke amalungu omphakathi. They don't know media space. They don't know politics.
You heard him properly. You hear that he said that she does not know the media space and she does not know politics. Does this mean that she was being funded by a political team? This is me just asking the question. You can answer in the comment section. But then, reporters also went ahead to say that Jacinta went to the US to go and get a misinformation training to come back and, brainwash South Africans that the only reason why there is unemployment in their country is because other Black Africans are in their country. That the reason why they are still poor is because other Africans are taking their jobs. These jobs are being created by the whites. Now, they did not say, we should pursue the whites too and then we own the companies. They are pursuing other Black Africans so that they can work under the whites. Are you seeing this ideology? As much as I don't want any issue to come out from South Africa, I just hope that Ngizwe brings out this evidence, because this Jacinta woman is the forefronter of this particular match and match.
So the South African queen of xenophobia went to the US to learn misinformation and then went back home and told people that foreigners, African foreigners to be specific, are a problem. You can't make this thing up. And now, after the biggest polygamist breakup between March and March, Ngizwe Mchunu is telling people that Queen Xenophobia must come clean and tell South Africans.
This issue has gone beyond drama. It's not a very, very serious thing, because if reports come out or if there's any evidence that proves that this match and match was funded or was instigated by another body to try and sabotage the election or the government of South Africa, this is going to be a very serious disaster. Because tell me why an angry mob will set a date and then the government cannot do anything about it. But then Jacinta is also trying to prove herself right. She's saying that Fakil and Ngizwe, they had the meeting with the president and they don't know if other people gave them money.
The best person to know what happened with the money, if there was money, where the exchange, who deposited, who was paid, and then the full amount wasn't given, and then it was later, is Pavel Tagat, because it was the two of them that went to that meeting. So I think the perfect person to ask is Pavel Tagat. Ask about Ngizwe, ask Ngizwe about Pavel Tagat. He'll get the perfect answer there. For us, we can only take from what we're getting. But unfortunately, with the Ngizwe Mchunu story, I mean, we've been getting him swearing at us, all of that. It's okay, we understand. It's not easy to lead something serious like this. We're not creating content while we're here. This is serious. This is people's lives. So I think the aspect or the time for content creation is over now. Now we're dealing with serious business. I think that's where we end with Ngizwe, because I think he had his time and the time is over. Now we're into serious stuff.
That sidelining actually smell, because why is she saying that Ngizwe's time is over, that now they're going into serious business? Does this mean that Ngizwe was only used because he was one of the top securities in South Africa, so he was just used as a tool to help with the protests, but then now that it's time for the serious deal, he has now been sidelined? According to the reports from Times Live's newspapers, activist and media personality Ngizwe Mchunu has broken his silence after the Match and Match movement terminated its working relationship with him on Monday. The movement announced it was cutting ties with Mchunu. The fallout follows a high-level meeting between Mchunu, fellow activist Nkoshino Fakil Takati, Ndabada, and President Cyril Ramaphosa before the June 30th protest, a meeting conducted without Match and Match leader Jacinta Ngobese-Zuma. The movement has resolved that pending further investigation, it will not be working with Mr. Ngizwe Mchunu, Match and Match said. Let's make that point very clear. We don't know what they discussed in the meeting with President Cyril Ramaphosa, and as such, we're going to suspend Ngizwe. Our brothers from South Africa who are not xenophobic, please let us know in the comment section what is really happening in South Africa. I'd like us to discuss in the comment section, who do you think is funding Match and Match? Is it the government? Is it a particular party? Or is it foreign bodies? Do well to like, do well to share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Solid Finance Podcast, for more finance and economic updates like this. Until next time, bye for now.